Hope says she gonna tell Thomas no because of Liam. But hey y'all, welcome back to another review with Life of Chester. This for the bold and beautiful March 9th, 2023. Okay, so was he gonna leave her? Cause he was talking like, okay, either you everybody giving her an ultimatum. Look, she gonna have to learn how to think for herself. Because they be running around doing whatever and she just go with it. Look, you gotta get a backbone. Tell him I'm gonna say yeah because they told me either I do or I don't. But I don't know. I'm interested to see if she actually gonna say no or she was just telling him that and then she gonna come back and tell him, oh well, I had no other choice but I had no other choice but to hire. But yeah, okay, cause I don't know. I just have a hard time believing that she gonna actually go in there and tell him no. They told her what it was gonna be. But what happens? Like I said, I think I said it yesterday. What happens if she does go say no, and they still keep the line, but she just not gonna be able to work with it? What happens then? But yeah, she crying and stuff, and Leon like, thank you, and all that stuff. Somebody he done did everything he could, and to try to convince her, and she keeps falling for. I mean, he got a point, you know. But okay, so we finally see Thomas' therapist on today's episode. Finally, but the problem is Taylor was there. Now I know they probably would have meetings. They have meetings, I think, for real, with the parents of the family to show the progress and stuff. But I feel like that's gonna become a problem if Taylor keeps intercepting and everything. If he changed, let him show he changed. You keep speaking on his behalf, let him speak. Let him say what he gotta say. That's his stay. Say what he gotta say. Okay, we finally see Katie and Carter again. And Katie killed. Look, I was with Carter on this because I'm like, is she friends on him? I was like, dang, Carter, you ain't got no type of look. Every time you find somebody you like, they friends on you or they find somebody else or something. But she said that's not the case. But okay, Katie tells Carter that he has been a dear friend to her. Hope tells Leon she's thinking about bringing Thomas back as lead designer. And I say you should have said. Steffi said if I don't bring Thomas back as lead designer, it's over. It's done. It's finito. But you know, my choice. It's my choice. I have a choice. I gotta think about it. She been thinking about it for a few days now, ain't it? But I guess over there in Soapland, it's been the same day. Cause it look like she still got on the same shirt. But yeah, I'm like, okay, they not everybody not listening. They told you. Like, if you really care about your line like that, I mean, she always could come up with another line because Leon was telling her basically like he just not buying that that's the only solution. And I would have to agree because I don't know. I mean, I don't think it would be the only solution, but in this case, it is the only solution because it's their company. Regardless if you hire him back or not, he coming back, so he's still gonna be there. So it don't matter. You think because you said no, or you gonna say no if she actually says no? Because I'm not convinced. She might actually convince Leon to, be okay with it. But I don't know because he's talking about he just done. I was like, is he about to say either you don't hire him back or we gonna have a problem? Because he was talking. They always talk like that before. I was like, look, Hope, get a backbone. Do what you want to do and stop. I understand y'all married and all that, but she let him the stuff you don't got away with. You should have some nerve. The stuff you don't got away with in regards to her. But okay, everybody want to come for Thomas, and I agree. It's some stuff like I said. They always write this crazy stuff for him to make it seem like he crazy. But yeah, everybody come for him just like they come for Sheila and Deacon. But y'all be doing some crazy stuff too. But yeah, Thomas speaks on how some people not believing he's capable of change, and I knew right then he was talking about Liam. Katie and Carter talking about their friendship, and Katie keeps saying she doesn't want to do anything to jeopardize their friendship. And I said I get it, but at the same time, where is this going? Where is this going? That's what I was saying during the episode. I was like, okay, where is this going? Because I know they ain't just write all this for nothing. I know they ain't do this again because before they did that, and she had went back. I think she had went back to Bill or something had happened when they was doing the Katie and Carter originally, if you remember. But I feel like Taylor gonna have to learn. Like I said, you can't be his therapist. Let him work with his therapist without interfering. Let his therapist tell you about everything he's done. Don't sit up. Look, I don't know. I've seen a lot of people saying, yes, I'm glad. I'm glad about Thomas coming back. I'm glad that Taylor's speaking on his behalf. Of course she would. That's his mama. But she also needs to learn to hold him accountable. Because if not, I know it's the writing and the way they write this stuff. Because apparently it's to keep being the same thing. They always say he changed. And he been seeing, well, I think at first he was seeing his mama as a therapist. He changed, and Leon was right about that part, because they do. That's the way they write it. But we just going to have to wait and see if they got a new storyline for Thomas. Maybe they're going to put him with somebody new this time, and he could take his... Because he, even when the... was it the therapist or... No, I think Taylor had asked him a question about Hope. And he was like, I think he said something about he kind of sort of still attracted to her or something like that. So I was like, oh Lord. He spoke and said, no, I ain't got no feelings for what I see. She just the mother of my child, nothing more, nothing less. But yeah, Leon not on board as we expected. He not on board with Thomas coming back. He's shocked. He doesn't believe Thomas is the only way to save the line. And I said, it ain't, but it is for hope for the future. Either Hope agrees or it's over with. Like, what part of that don't these folks understand? You ain't listening. He gonna get hired back regardless. And who's to say they won't fire her and hire him and be the main, like he gonna be the main designer? But what does she do? Like she the spokesperson, whatever she is. How she know they ain't gonna completely remove her and put him in charge of Hope for the future? Because what if they say, oh, it'll be a bad business deal to cut the line, but with Thomas mainly in charge or whatever, and then they could keep the name and everything. See, this is why you should go start your own stuff. I mean, people could take if you have certain board members, they could vote you out. That's what I learned. But still, like if that's just start your own line. But yeah, I don't think with how she reacted and she was crying and stuff, he gonna hug her. So thank you. I said, you fool. She really want this, and you gonna tell her. Either way, he's still gonna be. He had like, okay, let's say Thomas didn't come back. He's still Douglas' father, so he gonna be in y'all life regardless. What you talking about? He's still gonna be involved. So you tripping for no reason. I mean, I ain't gonna say he's tripping for no reason because Thomas keep interfering in their marriage and trying to kiss Hope and all this, because you gotta call it what it is. But I don't know. They just not taking it seriously. But she speaks on Steffi giving her an ultimatum and everything. Thomas says he's not really feeling Hope anymore, and I said time will tell. Carter was thinking Katie was friend zoning him, and I said me too, because I'm like, okay, where is this going? But she said no, that's not where she was going with this, and they kiss, and we don't see them no more this episode. But yeah, I was like, yeah. To finish up with the Katie and Carter, I was like, I know you telling the story. I said, I know y'all didn't introduce the doggone storyline again and abandon it. And I was like, oh, they getting her ready for Bill. Once Bill find out Sheila, I wonder, when they find out that Sheila's with Deacon and everything, do y'all think Katie is gonna want Bill back? I mean, I think she gonna always want him, to be honest. But yeah, you could tell by Carter's facial expression he was disappointed. But Taylor says that Ridge will come around, but she want to know will Hope come around. Hope doesn't want to abandon her line, but Liam ain't trying to hear none of that. He ain't listening. Hope telling him like the steps that Thomas has taken to improve. He's going to a therapist. His mother says change and all this stuff. Liam asks her if she has made her final decision. Is that why she telling him? Is she going to work with Thomas? But I gotta agree with how about I say Thomas? I gotta agree with Liam about the Taylor saying Thomas has changed thing. Then he does something crazy. I said, fan or not, you gotta admit that is kind of a fact. Like again, it's the writing, of course. Just like they keep doing these same lines that they don't use before. But yeah, I said I agree with him on that because Taylor she be vouching for him. Usually Steffi be vouching for him, but we actually seen this therapist and stuff, so maybe he actually is changed. But Thomas promises he's not a threat to anyone anymore, and Taylor says she believed him. Leon says he's mad at Steffi for not allowing Hope to explore her options. He said Thomas could do anything and get away with it. What did he say? He could throw somebody out the window in front of them, and she used to be like, well, he's a great designer. I was like, well, that's true, because in the real world, you can't just overlook what somebody has done. Not always. Sometimes you can put aside your differences or stuff like that. But in serious matters, you can't. You're going to have to make a decision, even if it's a decision that costs you in business-wise. That's what I agree with him on that too, because it is going to cost you. But Leon says he's tired of trying. That's why I was like, is he trying to tell her either he getting her how you need to learn how to speak up for yourself. Because he was like, I'm just tired. I don't know what else to do to convince you. She's heard that. Look, she just can't go without this man. I like, all the things you done did, really sit down somewhere. But Hope says she'll tell him. She's like, okay, fine, I'll tell him no. He was like, really? And he hugged her, and she just crying. And I said, I said, hope. This is why they call you hopeless. Don't sit up here and with everything. I said, you just want to run off anyway. I wonder what's he gonna run off though. But yeah, so if she changes her mind, or she was just telling him that to get him to, stop talking like that, how will he react? hopefully we ain't finna see no same old love triangle again. I don't think so, but y'all let me know what y'all thought of this episode down below. Until next time, deuces.